Hey Debbie, so last week we did a video about how not having a relationship with your mother affected you, and you're gonna give us more detail about what happened.
Yes, because you kind of came in on the middle of the story. There was a lot more that has led me to Christ, but it did start with my mother not loving me. But, I did have a relationship with Christ that I didn't even know about. When I was about 8 years old, I got lost at a school with my two younger siblings in a fog storm. I mean, the fog was so bad you couldn't see here.
Oh man.
And I just cried out, Jesus, help me find my brother and sister. And the fog parted. And then I said, Jesus, help me get home. And he parted that all the way to my home. But I kind of forgot about all that as I was growing up because I knew he loved me, but I didn't have a relationship with Christ yet. So when I was looking for love in all the wrong places, there was a lot that God had protected me from. When I was doing drugs, there was people that were ODing on the right of me, and I'd look over and it's like, oh. But he protected me from that. He saved me from going down that tunnel where I was using needles and snorting stuff that I shouldn't.
Wow. To me that's shocking because knowing Debbie, I was like, Debbie didn't do that. So like, do you mind saying what drugs were you using?
So marijuana and cocaine were my drugs of choice. And then there was speed and there was Quaaludes. And yes, I did my fair share of acid.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So you're pretty heavy into it, huh?
Yeah, I was. Because you know what? That was the group of people who accepted me. When you're not loved, you're going to find whoever it is that will accept you, and you consider that love. And that is not love. There's only one true love, and that is from our Father. I have 3 children that are waiting for me. Their fathers didn't want them, and so I had 3 abortions. And when I came to know God, He forgave me for taking the life of 3 unborn children. And in my heart, I wanted those babies. They were mine. Their fathers didn't want them. And I think that's the hard thing is, all the talk about, it's a woman's choice and her right and her body. And it's like, God gave you that womb to nurse and nurture a life. And abortion to me was a man's way of not having to use a condom and getting out of pain, and so I know He's forgiven me of that, and I am so excited because I know I will get to meet the 3 babies that were mine that I never got to meet here on earth. So there isn't anything God cannot forgive you for. Did I steal? Yes. If you got a drug habit, you steal. Do you lie? Yes. So all of the things that society says, oh, that makes you a bad person, God will forgive you. It doesn't matter if you steal a penny or $1 million. It's all the same to God. It's just stealing. And it doesn't matter if you tell a little lie to make somebody feel good or a great big whopper. It's still a lie.
Yeah.
But He'll forgive you that. God will forgive you everything. There's nothing that His blood hasn't already covered for you on the cross. And I hope this helps somebody out there that says, well, I know He couldn't because I did this. Yes, He can. Yes, He can.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing because it takes you're brave because not a lot of people would admit to these things. And especially in the church, a lot of self-righteousness and religious activity goes on.
Yes.
Where people are afraid to say stuff like this. But I'm glad because people could relate to this. Like people could definitely relate to this.
And I'm sure there's people out there that have gone to a church that they couldn't dare speak of something like that because they know they would be condemned.
Yeah, no.
But if you're free in God, then this is my testimony to you. God will forgive you anything and everything. And trust in Him. Let His love be the love you're looking for.
Amen.